welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today we'll be doing a nice little interesting painting. I hope you guys could follow along with me. Let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me, and while you're doing that, let me tell you what I got done up here. I have a 16 by 20 inch canvas, pre-stretched, double primed, and I added a thin layer of the liquid white. Little bug got stuck. Poor bug. It's like a fly trap. Put liquid white rather than that slick wet ready to go. Let's get started with today's painting, shall we? I'm gonna take my brush through a little bit of phthalo blue, very little, maybe a little touch of crimson. I was gonna put bright red, but crimson is better. There, just load it up in your brush. Let's come up here. There we go. Just do crisscross strokes. There, ever so lightly. And let's darken it up a bit. Just the top corners a bit. Okay. I'm going to create some little planes. And maybe a bit here. There we go. And just lightly go across just to remove all those brush strokes. Now, you know me, or I don't really do this much, but I like to. Let's get a 1-inch brush and add white. Let's make it a cloud just where we added the blue. There it is, nice little cloud. It's just a little floater. It just lives out there, just relaxes. This painting is inspired by my trip to Sequoia National Park. Oh my god, what a beautiful place to be at. And I was able to go up near a waterfall. I had the privilege to be able to climb up a trail and look at a waterfall, and I thought that would be a wonderful painting we can do today. So again, phthalo blue. Let's come up here. Just keep it. I rather have it than have to do it in the middle of the painting. And there would be some water coming out here. There. Okay. If you guys ever get the chance, I would highly recommend you guys visit Sequoia National Park. It's a beautiful spot. Now, let's go ahead. Let me clean off my knife. Let me grab a little touch of midnight black. The slightest touch of dark sienna. Slightest. I want it more to the black than to the brown. And then we're going to grab a touch of white. Lighten that up. Just a bit, since we also got liquid white. That's going to lighten that up too. Okay, cut a roll. As you can see, you get that nice little roll of paint. Let's come up here and let's decide where a little distant mountain would live. No snow, just a rocky one. But we wouldn't see much detail on there. Okay. There we go. Lightly tug on it. Pull that paint out. And because we have that liquid white on, that allows us to move the color around. And that would be struggling a bit more. And painting should be pretty easy. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let's add more dark sienna and more black. Some more black and brown. And just mix it up on your palette. There we go. Now let's cut a roll. Let's come up here. I remember there were some rocky little cliffs, and there has to be a little pathway. Can't come down straight because then people can't walk on it. So just scrub that paint on. There. Another fly. Okay. Cut a roll of paint. Maybe shoom. Maybe this side isn't meant for humans. Unless there's one of those climbers. Another animal. Shoot. See, now I gotta add a little bit. Let's just like so. We'll figure it out as we go, as we progress in the painting. Let me grab a good old 1-inch brush and just wiggle that paint in there. Okay? Just pull. There. Lightly. If I have any pictures of where this painting is inspired from, I'll make sure I put them up on screen. And if I don't, then the painting should be pretty accurate. Yeah, we're gonna put a couple of trees. I'm gonna change up a few little things here and there, but this painting is heavily inspired by where I went. Got some paint on my hands. Lightly pull and lift up ever so gently. There we go. Let me clean my brush handle so I won't get paint again on my hands. And let's go ahead. A little bit of sap green. Same dirty brush, cadmium yellow. And just lightly get that nice green color. There we go. And then blend it out with the rest of the colors. There. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to some ivory black. Ivory black. Midnight black. You could use any black, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to put couple evergreen trees. Just make sure you load up your brush full with paint. Let's come up here and just push up the bristles. There. Just like so. Load up your brush and go back at it. Okay? Just like so. You can add more trees, less trees, however you feel like it. Okay? Takes quite the paint. I believe I spend more time loading up my brush than actually painting. Because once you get it, you can get that speed going. Okay? Now go back to our nice green color. There we go. Let's come up here lightly. Lightly. Shouldn't take much pressure. Okay, let me see how much time we're at. We're at 12 minutes. Let's keep everything moving. This might be a longer video. If I don't finish, I'll make the video longer. I know most of you won't mind. Most of you are asking me to make the videos as long as I need to fully express what I'm trying to get on. Most of the time I don't need too much time though. Usually I'm pretty simple when it comes to painting. So now some white to that color we had before, a little bit more brown. There. Let's add a little tree trunk. Just a little bit. There we go. Now, I'm going to pile up that paint. And I'm going to use my filbert brush. Going to that nice color. You can grab a little bit of white. And let's come up here and just do a couple brush strokes. I don't want paint breaks. I know, surprising, right? Little bit of white. A little bit more dark sienna. Okay, more white. Just depends on how you want it to look and how you want to achieve that look. There we go. Nice loose strokes. And a little bit of black, a little bit of brown. Just trying to get like a nice shadow color. Going back and forth. Okay. Nice shadows would be creeping up in here. I want very loose strokes on this. I don't want it to be nice, tidy. as you can tell right now. Okay, there we go. There. Few light spots would hit. Few little critters. Some dark sienna to change up that nice value. Okay. I think, in my opinion, I think that looks much more interesting than a little paint breaks, but some people might prefer those paint breaks. It's okay. It's totally okay. Now, we got that going. Let's decide because we need our little steps to kind of walk up that area. Something like so. There would be I remember there was like a couple rocks near that trail. And then we'll add in a tree here. There's like some cliff area over here. If you're going based off a night, like spot you visited, it's nice to kind of to sort of have an idea of where you want to take it based off that spot. Here a bit, there'll be grass. Okay, there. So here, lightly. I remember there was a bridge, so I want to incorporate that. The bridge was more further back, but we'll incorporate it. We'll slightly get it at an angle. Just sketching out, basically. Look at that. We already have a better idea with just that alone. Let's pull the paint that we have over here. Now, I don't remember there being like bushy trees or bushy areas, but I think it would look good. So I'm gonna change that up a bit. Just block in nice little bushy area. Just a little bit of midnight black and sap green. Let's curve that out a bit. There. I think that would be interesting. Okay, a little bit of midnight black, sap green. Get a nice rich color. Okay, let's plop in a few little grassy spots. Okay, so now let's go back. Let's highlight this area. Some white, a little bit of dark sienna, and just pop it in. Okay, a little bit more white. There we go. The light would be hitting this way. Kind of just have to think where the light would hit and where your shadows would be. Gotta think of all those small, intricate details. Some white, dark sienna, a little bit more dark sienna. Just mix up a color you're satisfied with. Doesn't matter what others think. What matters is what you think about your painting. There. Just a little bit here and there. And then I'm gonna go into some ivory black, a little bit of brown, just to get a nice shadow color. Black and brown. Let's come up here. There we go. Little shadows would hit somewhere there. Boom, boom. It's nice to hold it from the back end because you can get more looser strokes that way. If you step back a bit, just hold your brush very loosely. Now some paintings benefit from loose strokes, and some you maybe want to have those paint breaks instead. There we go. Let's pull this the other way. Some white. Shoot. Just like so. I'm not 100% sold on that just yet. Okay. I'm getting a little bit more precise, but still pretty loose strokes. There. I'm okay with that. Now, let's go into good old brush. I was painting before this. Little sap green, little cadmium yellow. Let's come up here. It has to be lighter to show up better. That's a bit better. I don't want it too bright, but I want it bright enough. Those who paint, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. And those who will just watch to try to learn a few things here and there, well, you'll probably understand too. Get your brush, sap green, just load it one direction. There, look at that. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead into a little bit of bright red. Just a little firecracker to get the viewer's eye to look at that. There we go. What's the time we're at? 23 minutes. Damn. Let's go ahead, fill this in. A little bit of black, a little bit of brown, and just get that color in. It would look a little weird if you did paint breaks over here and how you call it, and brush strokes over here. So if you're gonna commit to one, commit to it all the way, because if not, painting's gonna be a little off, and you're gonna be asking yourself, what's that one thing that's off? Can't put your hands quite on it, but you'd be thinking for a while. And I don't want that for you. I want you to say you're completely satisfied with a painting. There. Some base color, little lighten up. Using mostly white and dark sienna. Okay, little highlights here and there. Okay, let me grab brush right here, my angle brush. Just lightly. There we go. Just like so. Lightly with our 2-inch, go across. Yeah, ever so gently. Let's grab some white, cut a roll with your palette knife, and just scrub on a few little water lines. Okay, let's go back to that waterfall. Let's load up that 2-inch brush with titanium white. Let's come up here and lightly, boom, just create a big ol' mess. Doesn't matter. We'll get back to that with the smaller brush. So right here, 1-inch. There. Some water would be crazy right there. Now, let's go back. Some black, some brown. There was a couple cliffy areas. We'll sort this out right now. Gotta figure out how you want your paintings, lighting to be and all that good stuff. I know it's not the funnest, but it just adds on that other layer. There. Shoot. How much are we at? I like to check. I like to know. Okay, we're little bit over that 27 mark. Some white, like good amount of white. And let's come up here. You know what? I'm gonna go basically pure white. I'm gonna add the shadows later on. But as of now, basically little pure white. There. Okay. A bit more white. There we go. Let's do a last final step. Okay. Now, let's mix up a dark color. Oh, I got a bigger palette knife. Some ivory black, some Van Dyke brown. There. Ooh, that's nice and dark. Shows up more brown. Okay. So, gotta think, where's our light gonna hit it? I think it's gonna hit it here. A little bit of here. So I'm just mostly adding light color to those areas. And then go into our dark color. There we go. Just blocking. I think the light's hitting like this. So that's why shadows would be over here. Clean off or wipe off my brush, I should say. and just blend it. Okay, some light. Here we go. This is where you combine the two values. There. I think that looks good. So now I'm going to some dark sienna and pick apart really our steps. We're gonna be blending that dark sienna color. I'm just going into straight dark sienna. Okay. I don't want that white color to be our borderline. We can incorporate that dark sienna into our color. There. Okay. There we go. A little bit of white. Few little spots that would shine here and there. Let's get more dark sienna up here. Okay, wipe my brush off. It's a lot of blending work. Okay, here we go. Let's blend these out a bit more. I think you could see the steps going on. And maybe just a little bit of dark sienna. Okay. I'm just going, I keep going back and forth in color. It's like I can't get one color all at once. Okay. Let me get some of that nice dark color. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to lightly blend the two. Very lightly. There. I'm gonna leave it at that. If not, I'll take forever. I know I could spend days on days on that. Let's add in nice little rock that lives out here. And some dark sienna. Little bit of white. Just like so. There we go. Some of our dark color. Loose strokes. Let's get it here. Just a little bit. Little bit more dark sienna and white. There. Few little extra light. The sun would kiss it. Let's go ahead, add our nice little highlight to our cliff. Okay, back to our dark color. Gee, I gotta be better at doing everything at once. Like when I use the dark color, put all our darks rather than going back and forth. There we go. And finally, I already have dark color. I'm not going back and doing the same mistake. Do it once, but not twice. Black, Van Dyke, and dark sienna. I was about to say Van Dyke brown. Less pressure you put on the brush, the thinner it is. The more pressure you put, the thicker it'll come out. Maybe a tree there. There are a couple trees just living out, enjoying the view. This one lives behind that rock. Okay. Some white, some dark sienna, light color, somewhat light, a little bit more dark sienna. There. Look at that. A little bit of ivory black, some dark sienna. Let's put in a couple little guardrails. Okay. And some light color just to highlight it. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I think the trees deserve a little shadow, little dark color. So it has that nice little contrast feel. There. Gave everything a contrast, so it would be unfair for the trees not to get some. There. And last one. There. Well, I think that's it for today's painting. I really hope you enjoy and try this painting out. It's a nice little interesting painting, and I hope it gives you a nice challenge. I'd like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, my friend. Goodbye.